Because when we think of Pride, we think about a Pride Alliance, and that shit is ruled by badass bitches who will hunt shit down and eat that shit up.
Hi, everybody. My name is Eric James Martinez. I'm here with Pride Press Magazine and Media. We are here at ONYX Nightclub in Eagle Pass celebrating Pride. Today is June 12th. For those of you who don't know, 10 years ago today, we had the PULSE Nightclub shooting in Orlando, Florida, where 49 people were killed and 50 people were injured. Today, as we celebrate Pride, we're going to remember those lives that were lost and continue fighting for LGBT rights. Here at ONYX today, we have several tables, including the Ryan White program, which I'll show you guys in a little bit. So without further ado, we'll get started.
You know it's ours. Say it loud, no doubt.
All right, so who am I here with?
Dylan.
Dylan, all right.
Lynn.
Nice to meet you guys. I'm Eric. So I want to ask you guys a couple questions about Pride. So why do you think Pride is so important now in 2026?
I think Pride is so important, and now in 2026 is a lot has happened from going on in the world between Pride and now. Back then, years ago, centuries ago, people didn't have the rights that they did back in the day, especially since the marriage Equality Act passed. I think it was 2012. That people have the right to marry whoever they want. So we have actually accomplished a lot that since years ago. So people have a lot more rights than they did a long time ago.
Now, do you think there's anything today still that we still need to accomplish?
I think we still need to accomplish. There is certain people who still want to bash people just for no reason, or just for being who the way they are. And it's like it's considered a hate crime. It's legally considered a hate crime, which is that's illegal. It's a crime, and it won't be taken lightly. So I think more people need to stop bashing people just for being who they are, for who they're born to be, because they didn't choose they didn't choose to be that way. That's how the way they were made, and they can't choose from right or wrong. So I think that's probably the only thing that needs to be improved on.
So we just start as we are.
Yeah.
What about you, Lynn?
I think a lot of things have happened in terms of politics and everything. With the passage of the Marriage Equality Act back in 2015 under the Barack Obama administration, there was a time that in the 2010s that there was a lot of progressive movements and everything. But ever since 2016, and especially ever since with this new administration that came in, there's been a lot of pushback against LGBT and ideas and against acceptance and everything, especially with Gen Z. There's been a lot of pushback from Gen Z in terms of conservative ideals being more accepted, So I believe there's a lot more hate crimes and a lot of pushback and a lot of regressive idealism exhibited by Gen Z nowadays, and I feel that if we continue going that way, especially under the current administration, we're going backwards. We're going backwards. This is not even the 70s or 80s type of ideas. You're talking about 1940s, 1950s, back when you know the women's rights and LGBT rights and minority rights were being challenged, back then. So I feel that if we continue this regressive path, that's where we're heading.
So for people who are not LGBT, with that in mind, what do you think that they need to know? Like, what do you think they need to learn? Like, what is it that they need to know that we know?
I think the biggest concern is the idea, the notion that's being pushed by conservative people, that the children are being targeted, that we're pushing, sex and all kinds of stuff, lewd and behavior and all kinds of stuff onto children and minors, and that's not what's going on generally. That's not the idea. The idea is to teach everybody, to be more accepting of LGBT people, and not to like hate on people, and I think that's the thing, that the children and minorities are not targeted. They're not no. The main idea is not to target them and not to push any kind of
Like agenda.
agenda, that quote unquote agenda that that conservatives are think that
Mhm.
LGBT activists push, which is not true.
Is there anything you want to add to that?
I think with because I think your last question you asked him is the people who are not LGBTQ is what they really need to know is they I think they just need to be more accepting of everybody around them, whether regardless of their sexual orientation or what they were made to be at their assigned birth. It could be male, female. Some people are not as some people are not happy with their assigned uh, sex at birth. So they're not happy being male. They're not happy being female. They want a sex change, which that's totally fine. Which is also falls under the LGBTQ. Uh, so that's where they get classified as well. So we all get judged for all these things, and everyone just needs to be more kind and be more accepting of everybody of who they choose to be, whether it's not their assigned sex at birth. That's who they want to be. That's who they are. Just if they were, even if it was their assigned sex at birth, the world just needs to be a lot more kinder, and with everybody against each other, it's a no win for everybody involved.
So it's really just about kindness and acceptance.
Yeah,
essentially.
and then with the world going on and on, if we don't have kindness and acceptance, what are we going to have? Bashing, hate crimes. We don't want to keep moving forward like that. You want to keep moving forward with kindness. And if they don't accept that, I mean, at least pretend that you are, or just don't say anything at all, because people get involved who are with people who are not their kind, and they say hateful things, and it's going to backfire on them.
Yeah. Well, that was very well said from both of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Alrighty, and who am I here with today?
Hi everyone, my name is Estela Guerrero. My pronouns are she, her, and ella.
All right, Estella. So I have a couple questions to ask you.
Of course.
So, why do you think we still need Pride today in 2026?
We still need Pride going on right now, 26 and in the future. The reason why we need it is very important, like that the younger people coming up and the older people that paved the way for us could see there's still visibility, and there's still people out here that need to make the connection, because we may not look like we're inspiring others, but we are inspiring others by just showing up and being our authentic selves. So it's important to be Pride because that's how we are able to show up to show for other people.
Now, going off of that, like for future LGBT youth, what is your hope for the future? Kind of looking at where things are at now.
So it's sad to say that this year so far right now, we do already have 16 trans between suicide and murdered.
Mhm.
So the youngest one was a 13-year-old because they felt like they are there's no space for them here. And it's very important for the youth to know there is space for you here. Your hometown, the people you may be around with may make it difficult, but just further out there's a community for you and you're not alone. And there's a bunch of people here for everybody. Okay.
Now, another thing I want to ask you. So, for people who are not LGBT, people who are not on the spectrum whatsoever, what do you think that they need to learn? What is it that they need to understand about us?
It's best for you guys to understand where we come from, because a lot of people think that we are mentally ill, that we are mentally unstable and stuff like that. And it's not necessarily like that. It took us a long way to us finally feel authentically ourselves, and for people to show the proper terms of being an ally. There is so many wrongfully terms where people are not even digging in for the proper information for our community, and they're just going off by other people's critiques and other people's negativity around us. Like if you actually get to know us, like it takes one person to ruin it for everybody, and we're not all the same, So yeah.
Going off of that, I would definitely say that I think we wouldn't have pushed so hard throughout history if it wasn't right.
Correct.
You know.
The first gay parade, the first it was a riot. You know, the gay Stonewall and everything was a riot. And unfortunately, right now with this administration we have right now, we still have to be fighting back and pushing back. To let them know we're here, we're queer, we're not going anywhere. They try to diminish trans laws, try to diminish the people living with HIV and stuff like that. But those are medical things that we do need in here.
Well, thank you so much.
Well, thank you for having us.
All right, who am I here with?
Liv, hi, miss.
It's nice to meet you. Just kidding, we're best friends. Anyway, so Liv, I have a couple of questions to ask you. So, why do you think we still need pride now in 2026?
I did not hear you. You said, why we still need Pride in 2026? Okay, so I have bad hearing. I think we still need it, especially with the political climate we're in right now. I think it's important that people who are gay or they get to express who they are in an open, safe, free environment, and that they also show people that maybe don't have a comfortable environment that it's okay to be who you are. So that's why we still need Pride.
Now, for people who are not LGBT,
I'm sorry, I did not hear you.
For people who are not LGBT,
Okay.
what do you think they need to learn the most?
I mean, the people I've met, they're all pretty cool and respectful, like around other gay people. But I guess to others, I guess just learn just respect and how to be kind to each other. I feel like a lot of people are lacking respect towards each other. Yeah.
Thank you.
Is that all? Okay, but you made it sound like it was gonna be like a fucking hour, my dude.
You're good. Oh, yeah. All right, who am I here with today?
Evelyn Castillo.
Evelyn Castillo, nice to meet you. I'm Eric. So I want to ask you a couple questions. So why do you think we need Pride still in 2026? Why is it so important?
I think it's good to have representation in the community and just in general around.
Mm-hmm.
Like people's feelings should be, how do I say?
Like validated?
Yes, like
Mhm.
validated and aware that like people with those kind of feelings do exist.
Mhm.
It's not like that we don't, and then people feeling lonely about it,
Mhm.
feeling like they're wrong for feeling that way, when in reality there's nothing wrong with it.
Now, people who are not LGBT, what do you think that they need to learn about the most? Because, for us who are LGBT, we know it's natural. Are you LGBT?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Sorry. It comes naturally, it feels biological. What do you think people who are not LGBT need to understand?
What the flag's colors mean and different pronouns if they can. I know some like really sweet elderly that they have they get to know the younger adults and they're part of the LGBT plus,
Mhm.
but they don't know how to address them because they're new to all of this. So I feel like spreading more awareness on the information that's currently going on right now will help them out a lot.
All right. That was really beautifully explained. Thank you. Alrighty, who am I here with today?
With Omar. Hey guys.
Omar, nice to meet you. So Omar, I want to ask you a couple questions about Pride.
Yes.
So why do you think we still need Pride here in 2026?
I love Pride. Representing Eagle Pass, of course. Here we are, non-XX. I love it. One of the things you asked was, can you repeat it again?
Why do you think we need Pride still in 2026?
Well, obviously, a lot of things are going on everywhere in the world, especially in the US, and I feel like people need to be represented all shades, So we need to have a little reminder of who we are, what we represent, of course. So Eagle Pass needs that,
Mhm.
It's a very conservative town, obviously, and I think it's good. And I'm happy to be here today.
Going off of what you just said, why do you think that places like Eagle Pass, like places with this conservative mindset, why do you think they're so afraid of coming out, about being themselves? Like, what do you think they have to lose?
And it's not necessarily about coming out or not. It's mostly just about not accepting so many differences. I think it's still a very close-minded town, and I still respect that. But I feel like when you give people, the chance to be who they are, take the chance and come to events like these.
And for people who are not LGBT, what do you think is the most important thing for them to know?
For the people that are not LGBT, this world is of all shades. And so I think one of the most important things to people to recognize is that we're born who we are. And you have to love yourself, And whether you're born straight, gay, whatever, just be you. So that's what I.
All right, very well said. All right,
Well,
thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, part two with my bestie Cord. So Cord, why do we need Pride still in 2026?
We need pride in 2026 because we're always under hate, especially in this year under this administration. We're going through a lot of hate. We're going through a lot of they hate from all sides. So we need pride to be proud of ourselves, to know that we're still here, to know that we still matter, we still like everything.
Now, for people who are not LGBT, what is it that they need to learn the most about us?
That we're just here for love. We're just here to for support. We're here for we're here for everyone, no matter what.
All right, thank you. All right, who am I here with today?
You're here with Lowell. LOL.
Nice to meet you,
Nice
Lowell.
to meet you as well. And your name was?
My name is Eric Martinez.
Eric. Lovely interviewer. Beautiful earrings.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I want to ask you a couple questions about Pride. So,
By all means.
what do you think are the biggest misconceptions people have about LGBT people?
That they're not really willing to rule for what they believe in. Because when we think of Pride, we think about a Pride Alliance. And that shit is ruled by badass bitches who will hunt shit down and eat that shit up. And I think that we deny our animal because of our, our civilized notions, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. And so I think pride is really just being willing to be that cat.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, what do you think people need? What do you think people who are not LGBT need to know the most about LGBT people? Like, how do we fix that?
I think the most important thing to really recognize is that we have a real conservative inventory here in America, and that the most important thing is that they want people to blend in with them like the Romans would. And so it's not about being LGBT, it's about being American. And sometimes parents are just gonna be like, kids ask the craziest shit. How am I explaining that? So I mean, the best thing to be is just be yourself, but just we don't wear our best dresses when we're not at the club. You know what I mean? I guess that's it.
That was very beautifully explained.
I don't know. I think that's the only thing they care about.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Alrighty, who am I here with today?
Pablo.
Pablo. Okay, so I want to ask you a couple questions. So, why do you think we still need Pride today in 2026? Why do you think it's so important?
I guess just so people understand us a little bit better instead of judging us or trying to put us in a box because we're all different. Everybody's unique in their own way.
Now, going off of that, what misconception do you think people have about us?
That it's a choice,
Mm-hmm.
and probably that. How can I say it? They're just trying to change how life's supposed to be, and that we're not supposed to do that and this and that. I just feel like we're in different times, and you can love whoever you want to love as long as you respect each other. That's about it.
Now, just to go off of what you just said, what do you think that we need to? What do you think people need to continue doing to help make this a normalized reality one day, where it's not something we have to?
Speaking their truth, and just being honest and respecting one another.
Thank you.